Good evening. In our news bulletin for this evening, Hakupu village will be the first to get prepaid power meters installed, but residents have asked for a proper consultation process before they accept equipment to be installed in their homes. The Niue police continue with their investigation into a domestic incident involving the unlawful possession of firearms a few weeks ago. Management changes at Cross Power New Zealand are set to affect a youth project here in Niue. Hakupu residents have asked for a proper consultation into the new prepaid power meter system before equipment is installed. Power is a necessity for every household to be able to use other services, and this sudden change is something consumers want more detailed information about the project. Last week, Hakupu was meant to be the first village to get the new meters, but the move has been met with some hesitation. The lack of public consultation for such a big and important change is one reason some customers have been reluctant to sign up. Niue Power Corporation staff have been working to get meters installed, and there has been some vocal opposition from those who prefer to remain on the old system. The prepaid power meters were trialled in a few selected households towards the end of last year and is being introduced based on a government directive for all households in Niue to have prepaid power meters. Although public radio and television notices have been issued just a few weeks ago, some believe that information so far has been insufficient or confusing. But through correspondence between the village and its residents, there were more questions that require explanation. One resident voiced his opposition to the way that people were informed of these sudden changes and refused access to his home until their concerns were addressed. The new power meter project has been hampered in this initial stage, but what is clear is that customers will have no choice but to have the power meters installed in their homes. Niue Power Corporation Manager Warren Halato was quick to respond and open to suggestions for a community meeting and presentation. These new meters are expected to standardize the existing meters to provide more reliable system for power usage and monitoring for customers. This technology is also far more advanced than the old meter system and will enable a reliable regular billing cycle for customers to plan their budgets. Although there are benefits of using more advanced technology, customers want reassurance that the new system will not inconvenience them. A village meeting has been called for Hakupu this coming Sunday, and that will hopefully clear up any uncertainty. Representatives from the Niue Power Corporation, Treasury and the Niue Philatelic and Numismatic Company are expected to be present. This consultation process is likely to be done with each village as the project rolls out throughout the next few months. Niue police are continuing with an investigation into a domestic incident in Tonga 3 weeks ago that involved firearms. A special court session was held and the man was placed on bail under strict conditions. It is reported that firearms were involved. One firearm was registered while the other was not. Police could not comment about the origins of that firearm, and it is alleged to have been obtained illegally, but their investigation is ongoing. The normal process for the importation of firearms would involve getting an importer license from the Niue police and provision of description of the type of firearm. There are also specifications of what types of firearms are allowed in Niue. Border control agencies are tasked with the responsibility regarding any goods imported or brought into the country. If people are caught bringing in illegal weapons, authorities will confiscate them indefinitely. The man in this particular situation is facing 3 charges, 1 charge of assault, 1 charge of threat to kill, and unlawful possession of a firearm. He is due to appear in the Niue High Court in April. A youth employment project in Niue could be affected by recent changes to management of Cross Power in New Zealand. The Youth at Work project is funded by the Pacific community, and that has proven successful in the Solomon Islands, and pilot projects were rolled out in Vanuatu and in Niue. Crosspower were contracted to deliver the Youth at Work project initiative in Niue and brought one of their very own trainers who is now based in Niue permanently. Niue's project was launched in March last year as a pilot project working with youth to realize their employment opportunities and career pathways. We understand that Crosspower went into liquidation and has been taken over by new management. Their presence in Niue continues for now after almost a year spent on activities with youth in the community and those in school. Niue's Youth at Work pilot project funds from SPC comes to an end in March. However, government is looking at ways to continue with initiatives, building on a model that best suits Niue's youth situation and needs. Discussions are continuing to determine the future of Youth at Work in Niue, but the desire is to invest in youth development. That concludes our news bulletin for this evening. You can join us again for our next news bulletin on Thursday.